Congratulations, you're a tiger. You're not just any animal. You're the apex predator of your ecosystem, top of the food chain, king of the jungle. Well, except tigers don't live in jungles. That's a lion thing. You're more of a dense forest and grassland kind of cat. But let's not get bogged down in the details. Right now, you're a fuzzy, squeaky 3-pound furball. Your mom's your whole world, and your siblings are competition for the milk buffet. Life is simple, cozy, warm. You spend your first few days doing three very important things: eating, sleeping, and trying to figure out how your legs work. Seriously, your legs are a work in progress. By the time you're a few weeks old, you're ready to explore. Well, sort of. Your world is still small. Just your den, your siblings, and your mom. And mom? She's the MVP of this operation. She feeds you, cleans you, and occasionally drags you back by the scruff of your neck when you wander too far. But don't let her gentleness fool you. She's also a stone-cold predator. Watching her hunt is like watching the ultimate wildlife action movie. Stealth, power, precision. And guess what? You're expected to learn all that. At first, you're not great at it. But hey, practice makes perfect. And by the time you're a few months old, you're starting to get the hang of things. You practice stalking your siblings, pouncing on unsuspecting grass, and occasionally terrifying innocent butterflies. Because nothing screams apex predator like sneaking up on a butterfly. Now you're a teenager, and let's be honest, teenage tigers are kind of a mess. You're too big to be adorable, and too clumsy to be intimidating. But you don't let that stop you. This is your experimental phase. You're testing boundaries, learning new skills, and occasionally embarrassing yourself. Like the first time you tried to roar. Not exactly ferocious, is it? But don't worry, you'll grow into it. Teenage life is also about play. Play fighting isn't just fun, it's tiger boot camp. Every pounce, swipe, and mock roar is preparing you for the big leagues. Because soon, you'll be hunting for real. Fast forward a few years and you're officially an adult tiger. You've left your family, carved out your own territory, and now you're living the solo life. And by solo, I mean very solo. Tigers don't do roommates. This is your patch of forest, and anyone who trespasses is getting the full growl and snarl treatment. Your days are a mix of patrolling, hunting, and napping. Oh, and marking your territory. You spend a lot of time marking your territory. Peeing on trees, clawing at bark. It's basically tiger graffiti. Let's talk about hunting. This is where your skills really shine. Stealth is your superpower. You move through the grass like a shadow, silent and invisible. Your striped coat isn't just stylish, it's camouflage, blending perfectly with the dappled light of the forest. And then, when the moment is right, bam! You pounce with the force of a train. Dinner is served. But let's be real, hunting is hard work. For every successful ambush, there are plenty of misses. Sometimes the deer hears you. Sometimes the wind shifts. Sometimes you just trip over your own paws. It happens to the best of us. Now, let's talk about romance. Finding a mate is tricky business. You've got to impress them with your growls, your swagger, and, if you're feeling extra fancy, your scent marking skills. If all goes well, you'll have cubs of your own, and that's when the real adventure begins. Raising tiger cubs isn't for the faint of heart. It's a mix of hunting, protecting, and making sure your kids don't wander off into trouble. As you age, life slows down. You fought your battles, raised your cubs, and earned the right to relax. Your days are spent lounging in the sun, reminiscing about your youth, and maybe swatting a fly or two. You live the life of strength, grace, and undeniable coolness. And eventually, like all great stories, your journey comes to an end. But your legacy lives on, in your cubs, in your territory, and in the forest you called home. You've been more than just a predator. You've been a guardian of balance, a symbol of wild beauty, and a living legend.